all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Hello and welcome to episode 17. I am Mosh and I'm joined by BOOTYGOD.
Hi.
And Waver.
Hello.
He's in a submarine right now. Alright, so first up we have the best-selling games of March 2019. So last time I made a prediction. I said Sekiro would be 1, Division 2 would be 2, Devil May Cry 5 would be 3, Anthem would be 4, and Battlefield 5 would come back on the list because of its new Battle Royale mode. And, well, we'll see how well I did. Number 20, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. 19, Borderlands. I think that's the remaster or whatever. 18, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. 17, Battlefield 5. 16, Minecraft. 15, Far Cry New Dawn. 14, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. 13, Jump Force. 12, Mario Kart 8. 11, Anthem. It's not even in the top 10 anymore. 10, Call of Duty Black Ops 4. 9, Yoshi's Crafted World. 8, Grand Theft Auto 5. 7, NBA 2K19. 6, Red Dead Redemption 2. 5, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. 4, Devil May Cry 5. 3, other game I forgot came out this month or last month, MLB 19 The Show. 2, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, which means The Division 2 is your best-selling game of March 2019. I was off big time on that Anthem prediction. But I have 2 more lists. I have the top 10 best-selling games for Xbox and top 10 for PS4 of last month, which I was a little closer on. So Xbox, 10 was Far Cry New Dawn, 9 was Battlefield 5, 8 was NBA 2K19, 7 was GTA 5, 6 was Call of Duty Black Ops III, 5 is Red Dead Redemption 2, 4 was Anthem, like I said, 3 was Devil May Cry 5, like I said, 2 was Sekiro, and 1 was The Division 2. So those got flip-flopped. Otherwise, I would have been right. So good job, Xbox. And also, Xbox people just loving Anthem, apparently. Number 4 on their list. But then again, you don't have any exclusives to play, so what else are you going to do? For PlayStation 4, 10 was GTA 5, 9 was Spider-Man, 8 was Jump Force, 7 was Black Ops 4, 6 was NBA 2K19, 5 was Red Dead Redemption 2, 4 was Devil May Cry 5, 3 was Sekiro, 2 was MLB 19 The Show, and 1 was The Division 2. I don't remember what came out this month, so I can't make predictions for next month.
Days Gone. Mortal Kombat. Wait, no, Mortal Kombat was... Yeah, Mortal Kombat was this month, wasn't it?
You're right. Came out 3 days apart from each other.
Days Gone is honestly a pretty good game.
What I have heard so far is that Days Gone has outsold MK11.
Yep.
In physical sales. In digital sales, MK11 probably has more. But that's just something to keep in mind for next month, you know? Can the PlayStation exclusive take down the multi-platform loot box extravaganza known as Mortal Kombat 11? Days Gone's been getting a lot of bad reviews, though. But reviews don't mean much.
Which doesn't make sense at all.
The reviewers got ready too early and then got the day 1 patch, so...
What's the other thing is, like, you can't review an open world game like that within, like, 2 or 3 days because you just haven't experienced enough stuff.
Oh, there's seriously no way. Aside from, like, minor technical issues that can be fixed with patches, I haven't seen any credible, like, complaints. The most I've heard is, I don't know which article it was, but someone complained about Deacon, the protagonist, making a comment saying, oh, American motorcycles are the best because, like, you know, stereotypical biker dude loves his Harleys. Apparently that's a racist comment towards all non-American bike producers, which I blatantly fail. I fail to see that.
That's reaching.
This is coming from someone who diehard loves Hondas and Harleys equally. I fail to see how its racist slide is.
Whoever said that is trying way too hard to make a problem out of something that's not a problem.
I mean, the main character is already cis hetero, so they're gonna find some reason to complain about him. Oh, don't forget he's hyper masculine, has tattoos and a beard, so you know they're gonna dig up some non-existent controversy for no reason.
I haven't seen much of Days Gone, but
It's really good. It's honestly, at first, when we first heard about it, I was excited. When we first heard about it, back when they used that demo of him being at the what was it, a windmill or something?
yeah.
And all the freakers swarm him.
Mm-hmm.
At first, I was kind of sold. Then the hype kind of died off because we haven't heard anything about it. But now that I'm finally seeing it in motion, the full product, I have to say it's definitely made its way onto my top 5, if not top 10 favorite 2019 games so far.
I hope it does well.
I mean, it'll be The Last of Us Part 2, spiritual successor if Last of Us Part 2 doesn't come out this year, at least in my opinion.
It'll hold people over.
Oh, definitely.
So next we have Apex Legends and Titanfall. So executive producer at Respawn named Drew McCoy wrote up an article or a post or whatever you want to call it, addressing some things. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'll just go over some of the stuff. Basically, it just talks about how fast the game grew, Apex, how big their player base got over a short period of time. Some of the things he addressed: slow server performance at the beginning of a match. So far, we know that it affects some data centers more than others. It happens on many different server configurations, and it doesn't seem to hit multiple server instances running on the same machine. In other words, it's not that a machine is overloaded and everything on it is running too slow. It's that one instance on the same machine seems to be doing more work than the others, and we're trying to nail down what work it's doing and work backwards to understand the root cause. This is extremely high priority for us, and we'll keep you updated on our progress. Audio issues, currently testing some potential fixes that will hopefully address many of the performance issues we've seen reported. Cheaters, we've been doing a lot of work behind the scenes. This is something we will always be more secretive about to avoid telegraphing our moves to cheaters, but we'll be sharing more on the progress made next week. Hit registration issues, we are adding engine features to help track down and report instances of incorrect hit registration in play tests so we can force the bug and reproduce the issue consistently. While we have made some progress with some fixes locally, and more work needs to be done to address the root of the problem. Season launches. The beginning of each season will start big with a new battle pass, a new legend, something new for the meta, and more. Thoughtful updates throughout the season. Just as we've done since launch, we will continue to address exploits, necessary balance changes, bug fixes, and small features throughout the course of the season. For complete transparency, our goal isn't and never has been to patch or update content on a weekly basis. We believe strongly in the importance of large, meaningful changes to the game that have lasting impact, thus our focus on a seasonal release cadence we laid out at launch. We will continue to follow this cadence in the future. Improved communication. We need to provide more visibility into the future and what we're working on. That doesn't mean we're going to start telling folks everything they want to know when they want to know it, but you can expect more transparency on future updates and fewer surprise drops. At EA Play in June, we will give you the first details on what you can expect from Season 2. We've seen all the feedback on Season 1 and look forward to showing you the improvements we're making. For Season 2, you can expect a battle pass with more meaningful content, the introduction of a new legend, the debut of a new weapon, and you didn't expect King's Canyon to stay the same forever, did you? Lastly, regarding other games in development at Respawn, it is important to understand that there are entirely separate development teams working on Apex Legends and Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Additionally, in order to fully support Apex Legends, we are pushing out plans for future Titanfall games. No resources from the Apex Legends teams are being shifted to other titles in development here at the studio, nor are we pulling resources from the team working on Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. We know we have a lot of work ahead of us, but we're up to the challenge and are looking forward to building Apex Legends to its full potential together with our players. I'm just going to read that one sentence again. Additionally, in order to fully support Apex Legends, we are pushing out plans for future Titanfall games. So Titanfall has been put on the back burner for Apex Legends. So if you're expecting a Titanfall game anytime soon, it's not happening. So thanks, Battle Royale genre, for destroying Titanfall. They didn't say they were never going to make another Titanfall game again. It's just been delayed for however long it's going to be, which I'm not happy about because Titanfall is a superior game in every single way possible. And Apex was supposed to bring more people to the Titanfall world, and instead they're just pushing it away. I don't agree with this, and I've defended Respawn since day one, and to me this is strike one. It's exactly what Epic did with Fortnite. They completely shut down Paragon, which was a game, I mean, it didn't have a huge fan base, but people played it.
They shut down Unreal
down. Unreal Tournament was shut down, like, all for Fortnite. I don't know. I don't like this move. I think Apex is kind of boring now. It was fun for the first month, and I haven't played it in about a month or so.
You're not missing much.
Fun. Like the season 1 battle pass was very lackluster. I thought the design sucked. Nothing in it caught my attention, and I know the player base has fallen off a little bit, but I don't know if I can play this game anymore. I just, like, I'd rather not play it and let the player count drop so that they just go back to Titanfall. And I'm sick of the Battle Royale genre now. I think it's taking away from actual quality games, and it's just a fad that's eventually going to disappear. I don't see it being a long-term thing, and yeah, I'm not happy about it.
In the right hands, Battle Royale has the potential to be great. Like, let's just imagine for a second, 343 decides they're gonna push out the Master Chief Collection all on PC. Everything's been settled, done. They've had things tested. They've had Forge added. Test something, and let's add Battle Royale, but it's gonna be like 100-man Spartans, but not like the typical Battle Royales like you. They kind of do like mix and match all the maps from the inception of Halo up until now, but it's not gonna be like some massive expansive map like Fortnite or Apex where it's running simulator, simulating, like you get shot out of nowhere and you start bunny hopping and you die for no reason. It'd be more, I'd say, kind of close court, maybe a little closer, so it'll speed things up. And they'd kind of follow in Fortnite's footsteps, adding like the whole 50 versus 50 or like infection versus however many players, because that'd honestly be pretty amazing to do it in the Halo format. But that's just my opinion, at least.
Oh yeah, and if they just make Battle Royale a game mode inside the main game, like, I'm fine with that. But when you make it its own, like, separate entity, and then it takes away from the other main game, it's just
like Black Ops 4.
Like, just release Titanfall 3 and put Battle Royale in it if you want Battle Royale so much. But they made their own separate game in Apex, and now Titanfall suffers. And they need to add more stuff to Apex because, like, they still have just the one mode where it's just your team of 3, which, you know, like, playing solos or duos would be nice. A bigger game mode would be nice. They're adding 50 versus 50 to Blackout and Black Ops 4. Fortnite still, I'm pretty sure, updates like every week something new or bringing back something.
Right now they're running the end game mode where it's like you either spawn on Danos' side or you spawn as one of the Avengers, even though it's not necessarily all of them.
Yeah, like, even though Fortnite got boring, at least they changed it up every week. And Apex is just 3 versus 3, or not 3 versus 3, but your team of 3.
It might as well be 1 versus however many people are left in the lobby, since people love to leave the moment they go down.
No leaver penalties, no AFK penalties, just...
It's ridiculous. Well, not AFK. It depends on how long they're away. But if it was like the last 10 squads and they're still AFK, then yeah, slap them with that penalty.
Like, I don't know how many times we've had teammates leave where they were just down. Like, they weren't dead. They were just down. And they just left. It's like, I could have easily revived you. And you just leave. It's just, like, no one has patience.
Or teammates that leave you that die, and they just come back to loot you.
They really need to, like, add a lot to Apex. A lot more game modes. And, like, oh, they're going to change the map. Cool. Changing the map, or a little part of the map being changed, is not going to bring me back to the game. It's like they came out swinging and they had nothing to back it up with.
And now they're ruining Titanfall 3 because of it. Great.
Which sucks, because Titanfall is way better.
Titanfall seems to be one of the best FPS games I've ever played. It's a shame that it gets shafted for whatever reason.
Even on console, it's really good. I know people say, like, FPS is superior on PC, which it is. Like, I can't argue that. But, like, on console, Titanfall runs really well.
I can't be bothered to care anymore about, like, what performs better. Like, with the whole debate. It depends on who I'm playing it with. That'll determine if I buy it on console or PC. I don't care much about jerking off my 1080 Ti Omega 2099 graphics card with dual engine jet water cooling processors or whatever.
I think the Switch has one of those.
That's next year. You actually just broke the NDA, so you're going to prison now. Have fun.
Next up is Modern Warfare 4. It's pretty much all but confirmed at this point. Eurogamer is pretty much confirmed that it's Modern Warfare 4. Sent out an article, and the first word of each sentence. Well, the first word of the first sentence is modern. Next one is war. Next one is fair. And last one is 4. So Modern Warfare 4. Also, some college athletes right before the NFL draft got to play the new Call of Duty early. And apparently when you slow one of the videos down, you can hear guys saying Modern Warfare 4. I've listened to it. I don't personally hear it, but if other people hear it, whatever. Anyway, an NFL player got to play it as well, and he was on someone's stream, and he said it felt like the old Modern Warfare game. So, also, Robert Bowling, former community manager at Infinity Ward, someone sent out a tweet, and they said, if it's Modern Warfare, I'm gonna like poop my pants or something. And he replied to them and said, I don't remember exactly what he said, but it was something along the lines of like, I guess you're gonna need new pants, or pretty much confirming it as well. Also, someone on the dev team sent out a tweet of a song by a band called 10 Years called Wasteland. Modern Warfare 2 is going to be 10 years old. There's a map called Wasteland, but I guess they tweeted it from their personal account instead of their like work account. And they were like, oh, what I post on my personal account has nothing to do with like my job. And people were like, sure about that. It's if that's a coincidence, it's it just can't be a coincidence. If this is not Modern Warfare 2 or Modern Warfare 4, I'm confusing myself now. If this is not Modern Warfare 4, we've been mega bamboozled because everything points to it. If Modern Warfare 2 Remastered is not happening, we've been mega bamboozled.
I hope it's not Modern Warfare 4.
I know, we'll see. It's going to be revealed soon, so. Next up, we have Crash Team Racing, because we haven't talked about it yet at all. There's 2 versions of this game. There's the Standard Edition for $40, and there's the Nitrous Oxide Edition for $60. The Nitrous Oxide Edition comes with Nitrous Oxide, the character, already unlocked. You can still get them in the Standard version, you just have to get them through challenges and just playing the game.
The real good way.
Yeah, just play the game. But they announced more stuff coming in the Nitrous Oxide Edition. So you get Nitrous Oxide himself, and you get Crunch, Bandicoot, and Zem and Zam. So you get 3 other characters unlocked right away. But again, you can still get them in the standard version. However, there are exclusives, which are skins. Now, I'm pretty sure they're going to sell these later on down the road, but if you want them right now, you can get the Star Skin Pack, which gets you a skin for Crash, Coco, Cortex, and Nitrous Oxide. It's just like a sci-fi skin. I don't really care for it too much, but whatever. But Crunch gets a robot skin, which is actually pretty cool. And again, they'll probably sell these eventually down the line, but for right now, they're exclusive to the Nitrous Oxide Edition. All pre-orders of the game, physically, digitally, no matter what version it is, you get the Electron skin pack. And if you are on PlayStation, you get the Retro skin pack for free. That is exclusive to PlayStation, and some people are not happy about that. Specifically, Nintendo people. I saw one Nintendo player say he is not going to buy this game now, simply because they don't get the retro skins. It's just a really weird complaint, though, because, like, they're retro skins. Like, Crash Team Racing was a PlayStation exclusive. It doesn't make sense to have retro skins on Nintendo or Xbox or PC, because Crash Team Racing wasn't on those platforms. It makes sense for it to be on PlayStation.
give a nod to the OG fans that played on PlayStation 2. You can't. What's another stupid thing that outraged people? You can't reminisce about the Mark Hamill did on Twitter with the OG Star Wars cast. You can't be fine with redesigned Mortal Kombat characters because then you're just a SJW liberal tard cucklord supreme squared or something. People just if we're on the topic of being outraged, someone complained about the live action Lion King remake having a whitewashed Scar. Let that sink in. A whitewashed lion. People want to complain about everything at the same time.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous and annoying. Because like you said, this retro skin pack is a nod to the original. Like, it's supposed to be nostalgic. If you're a Nintendo player, it's not nostalgic. Because the game was never on your system to begin with.
It's not like they officially came out and said, oh, hey, you're not... It's like, maybe down the line, maybe they will eventually decide, maybe we should just release for the other platforms as well. But let's give it to Sony fans first, because they were, for most part, with us since the start.
Yeah, like... And it's only 3 skins. It's for Crash, Coco, and Cortex. Like, it's not even for the whole roster. And they're just skins. Like,
I guarantee we're not going to see those skins, like, often, aside from us using them for, like, a solid month, then switching over to other skins or other characters.
yeah, that's the thing. People are probably barely going to even use these.
You gotta complain for something, then when you finally get it, you use it. You gotta stick it to the man. And you gotta play the long game, man.
Oh, I'm going to use them just to spite people.
You gotta show dominance, man.
Oh, definitely. I'm using them because I want to feel the nostalgia.
Also, there is Crash Nitro Kart content in the new game. So, I don't know how much of it's in the new game. I don't know if, like, every track is in it, but there will be some tracks. So, yeah, you're in a lot of stuff. Well, hopefully we get more stuff soon, because they still haven't shown multiplayer, which is pretty big.
And if there's no special abilities for individual characters, oh my god, the roster could be godly. It could be like Mortal Kombat Armageddon tier if they really decide to go back and like see who has and who hasn't been in the games. And then you have guest characters like Sly Cooper, Jack and Daxter, Spyro, Ratchet and Clank, Astrobot. I could go on.
I really, really, really hope they have guest characters.
Kratos.
I just want one of the greatest PlayStation exclusive characters, the next mascot of the PlayStation 5 movement, Astrobot. If I could have one guest character, that's who I want. Maybe it was Croc. Anyone remember Croc, the little crocodile?
Yes.
Let's bring Croc back, dude. Croc and Gex. Do you think they'll add motorcycles into Crash Team Racing, since Crash rode a motorcycle in some of the early games?
I hope so.
I'm not sure about that.
Because he did, he rode motorcycles in like the...
Yeah, he rode a motorcycle in the second game.
No, yeah, second game, third game. And so did... No, Coco rode the Tiger, but she also used a jet ski. Like, there's just so much stuff they could do with customization that doesn't have to make sense.
Well, BioWare released a roadmap for Anthem, which basically just said what they had planned, when it was going to come out, and, you know, just for people to look forward to it. And they delayed it. So, this is an article from Forbes by Paul Tassi, and he just gives you his thoughts about everything. This happened a few days ago, so... Says yesterday was the red wedding of news for Anthem. While an update brought some quality of life changes, some buffs, and a new stronghold, BioWare finally said what we all knew, what was coming, but perhaps didn't want to believe. The entire Anthem roadmap has been delayed. BioWare delivered on practically nothing that was supposed to get here in April, other than yesterday's stronghold and a live event or two, but now everything else that fans assumed would not be crammed into the final week of the month has indeed been delayed. That would be things like a mastery system, guilds, leaderboards, various free play events, more legendary missions, and also May's Cataclysm, which BioWare will now talk about in May, but it almost certainly won't be out next month. There's no revised roadmap. There are no new dates or months attached to any of these items, only statement from BioWare that their mistake was talking about things too soon, and they'd wait to reveal stuff closer to when it was actually ready going forward. Perhaps most biting was the section about loot in the update post, namely that BioWare knows that loot and progression are a problem and they are working on fixes, yet they have nothing to announce on the topic. No drop rate increases, no additional sources of legendaries, no word on new or missing items, and again, no promise dates for any potential upcoming changes. This all culminated in one of the most awkward live streams I've ever seen, with a dev community team playing through the new Stronghold as chat spammed loot and all other manner of anger and confusion, while the community manager explained that they would only be talking about the Stronghold and referred everyone to the update post explaining that everything was delayed and loot wasn't going to be fixed indefinitely. It was painful. I've been one of Anthem's most prominent optimists despite my criticism, but something feels different now. The winds have changed. The oxygen has been sucked out of the room. It feels like there may just be too much wrong with Anthem to fix, and even if many looter shooters struggle in their early days, we're in a spot where things feel worse than we have ever seen with Diablo, Destiny, or The Division. There's simply no reason to play the game, as you can easily go for hours without making an iota of character progress, and if you do play, there's no reason to do anything but GM1 Heart of Rage runs over and over as the only mildly efficient way of getting loot. Given current drop rates and the way activities work, there needs to be massive changes made to almost every aspect of Anthem outside of its core combat, and I genuinely don't know if it can be done. This update may have been honest, but it was dispiriting for fans who were hoping for, if not fixes themselves, at least a timeline for fixes, but all it did is explain why the previous timeline didn't pan out. There was too much other stuff to fix. News that now we really won't have any idea what fixes are coming or when. Longer term, we have no clear vision of where things are headed. We know Anthem has no DLC or true expansions, so how can it ever have its Taken King or Reaper of Souls moment for a grand turnaround? They can't continue releasing content in tiny random chunks like we see with the Stronghold, as that's just wasting it. But it's been months and we can't even get a coherent explanation of what something supposedly concrete and near term like the Cataclysm is. In some ways, this feels like the end of the road for Anthem. I cannot predict the future, as the industry has been known to surprise us with comeback stories like No Man's Sky or Final Fantasy XV, but between Anthem's current slate of problems and the fact that this is money-hungry EA and leadership-challenged BioWare we're talking about here, the odds sure seem heavily stacked against Anthem at the moment, no matter how hard the team may be working to fix a game that is clearly should not have been released this year in the first place. Not going over very well with Anthem, and, 12 people that bought Anthem, you knew what you were getting yourself into.
Kingdom Hearts 3 had its first two major updates since the release. With the 1.04 patch, it finally added the long-awaited critical mode, which, my god, is much more than just being a damage sponge. With the 1.05 patch, they brought New Game Plus, so you can move all your Keyblades and I'm pretty sure most of your abilities over. You can also change the difficulty. They added another 100 photo slots in game, so now I have 200. And I think maybe a few days ago at one of the concerts, Tetsuya Nomura announced the first, or maybe just the main DLC that's going to come out, which is currently named Remind, which will have alternate stories and hopefully more playable characters. But music stuff. I don't really have anything aside from the concert.
Go for it.
Well, opened up with New Year's Day.
Were there a couple nice things there?
Ash, yeah.
Inappropriate. Move on. Okay. So from Ash's news, they're like your bros now.
No. Just because, I met them, but it was like so brief.
Yeah, but they're your bros now.
They don't remember. They probably remember me as like that one kid that was hauling his drunk friends.
Oh, they remember you.
They were definitely shocked though when we came out of the elevator because you see like me holding my drunk friend slumped over with a trash bag and the officer behind us.
That's normal.
We got to fist bump all of them. They complimented Trivium shirt, talked about how their drummer was in Trivium. Even if they don't remember me, that was always nice to experience. Ice Nine Kills though, good lord, that was the beat of my night.
Just shut it down after that.
I finally heard the jig is up live. They finally did it. It was amazing. It was even better because like my friend and I, before he got too hammered, we started like these two girls started chatting us up, and like they told us how they drove like 2 or 4 hours to see him. They invited like two more of their friends, but only Gene, one of our other friends, showed up, so she had like 2 extra tickets. We were just like really going back and forth like about Ice Nine Kills, like throughout their entire set. It was beautiful because like we're just like turning to each other, like going back and forth, like singing the lyrics, like getting real hype. It was beautiful. Oh my god! And like watching everyone like crowd surf, especially doing the bear suit, that was really funny. And then seeing Spencer get up in the middle of the crowd, being held up while he's singing "Communion of the Cursed." Easily one of the best concerts I've been to. I'll admit it. Every single insult I've ever thrown at Falling in Reverse, I'll take it back. They were all right. They were pretty good. I'll admit it.
They converted you.
I mean, it's mainly their newer stuff, like Losing My Mind, Live. I more clicked to it.
Yeah, always see a band live if you can, because that's the deciding factor if you will like them or not, in my opinion. So, Die Hard is Murder's new album comes out July 26th. A week after that is the new Northlane album called Alien. On August 2nd, and they just released a new song today called Bloodline, which is pretty good. So back-to-back Australian bands. Aussie pride. I'm Australian.
Oi.
Not really, but I kind of am.
No, you're not.
It's 2019. I can be whatever I want. And today I'm Australian. Hey, whatever, dude. And then a week after the Northlane album is the Slipknot album. So that's a nice little 3-week span right there. That's also a few months away. So I don't know if there's going to be any album reviews for a while. Hey, someone else sneezed for once. That's cool. Wait till you hear Corrupted sneeze. Jesus Christ.
I also hold my sneezes back normally.
The dude has the most powerful sneezes on earth, and they scare me every time because there's no build up to it. Like sometimes you go, he just unloads. It's like a gunshot in your ears, but it's just Corrupted sneezing.
Over your complaints about this, about the sandstorm. I got you.
You're talking in slow motion.
Oh, God. Dude, the AI already got to him.
Well, I think it's time for weekly picks.
We should make Waver go first.
I don't have one.
Too bad.
Waver's pick, oxygen, because you need it to live. I'm just saying that oxygen's vital to life.
No, it's not.
Yeah, whatever, dude. I'm going to shout out a YouTube channel. That YouTube channel is called Retro Replay with Nolan North and Troy Baker, who you might not know them, but you've definitely heard their voices because they're voice actors in just about every game. Well, not every game, but they're in a lot of games. And they have a YouTube channel together where they play old games. Well, they barely play them. They mostly just talk the whole time, which is fine. And it's really good. And right now they are doing a playthrough of the first Uncharted game because Nolan is the voice actor of Nathan Drake. And it's very clear he's never even played the games before because he doesn't know what he's doing. And he has to look down at the controller a lot because he just doesn't play games, apparently. Which is crazy to me how you could voice a character for 10 years and like not play the games. But whatever. That's his thing.
You too busy, man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he does do a lot of stuff. But playing through that right now, and it's pretty good. I think they're on episode 3. And he kind of gives like behind the scenes of like what went into the making of the game and stuff. So it's cool to hear that. And hopefully when they're done with, I don't know if they're playing through all the Uncharted games or just the first one, but hopefully when they're done, they play through The Last of Us because Troy did the voice of Joel in that game. And he actually does play games, so they could probably breeze through that one pretty quickly because...
Now, if they don't have any shivs.
Well, yeah. That could be a pain.
Those stupid clickers.
Mm-hmm. But it's just cool to see them play characters that they have voiced and kind of give behind the scenes stuff. So it's a good channel. I recommend it, obviously.
Oh, how about Zavala as Thanos?
Zavala from Destiny is Thanos. You heard it here first.
That's as credible as the Ant-Man going up Thanos' butt meme. My pick for the week is voyeurism. I'm kidding. That is not safe for work, and that's inappropriate. I'm 100% kidding. My weekly pick is I'd have to say Days Gone. I mean, I'm quickly becoming attached to it, like I did with The Last of Us.
I think it's going to be one of those underrated games.
Dude, I like the bike because it takes damage to run things. You can't just like run into freakers and stuff. When you fast travel, it actually lowers the amount of gas.
That's good.
And I think this might be I think it might be controversial to some people, but you can kill kids. Obviously, they're not kids because they're infected, but that's always been a taboo, and I have yet to see anyone complain about it. So it's like I think we're finally starting to break through taboos with video games and just accept that video games are art, whether people want to realize it or not. Because at the end of the day, it's not actually happening. It might be distasteful to some people, but it's still fiction.
Stop taking things so seriously.
But what do you mean? All these social justice cuck-lord libertards are ruining my video games. What do you mean I can't jerk off to ones and zeros that make up the balloon watermelon-sized tits on my screen? What do you mean I can't jerk off while playing with one hand?
Well, my weird pick of the week. A grave robber was arrested after trying to make soup from a 100-year-old skeleton. A would-be cannibal was found out after he was spotted licking human bones. Canadian Lucas Daw was escorted into a courtroom late last week accused of having dug up a 100-year-old skeleton, boiling the bones, and drinking the water.
Dance till I die in my dream. Listen till I
Slayer. It just says Daw was reportedly arrested after a witness reported seeing him licking the bones. Daw has agreed to remain in custody until the case returns to court on May 1st. Meanwhile, the defense have requested more time for disclosure of evidence. So yeah, Canadians, watch out for them.
I guess my weird pick for a week would be Waver's robot slow-mo voice.
Anyway, I think that's going to end it for this week. So thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you next week. Later.